Hello traders, how we doing? So today I'd like to go over this gold short that I took and show you that once you learn where liquidity is, it will give you so much more confidence in the trade that you're taking. When I took this trade, I was quite confident. I'm not gonna lie. I got a great entry on it. A little bit of luck there that it didn't draw further into it because I expected it to. So I got a little bit of luck there. I got it pinpoint and then straight to the bottom. So let's go over it. Let's discuss where liquidity is and yeah, take it from there. So what I want to do is start from the higher time frame. Oh, if we can find the chart, there we go. So on the higher time frame on that day, this black candle wasn't here. That blue candle wasn't there either. So there was a lot of imbalance to be filled. So we don't know that it's going to come down there, but for me, I was thinking there's a good possibility. I had this marked out, this DPOI, daily POI. As you can see, we're up here. So it's gold at the moment. It looks like it's going bullish a bit. It could have easily continued up, but for me, my personal overview, I was thinking it could come down and feel this imbalance. It just feels like it made sense. Now it's slowed right down. It's gold. It could just continue going down, but that slowing is a good indication it could start going up. We shall see. So off the higher time frame, I wanted my bias to come down. I was hoping down. So that was my personal bias for the day. So then if we jump on the hourly, we'll jump on the hourly and we'll start back from, that was on the Thursday. So we'll start back from, let's go right back here actually. As you can see, it's been massive, just ranging basically for the last all that week, the week before, just ranging, all of that. So it wasn't, the charts haven't been too excited. They haven't been too nice to trade as it is. I mean, look at Wednesday and Thursday anyway, just sideways and sideways until that break. It's just literally such a build up. But we need to dig a bit deeper and see what's actually happened. Now, to me, I could see this had been taken here, this high, with speed and momentum. Like I always say, we like speed and momentum. That come down, made a lovely reaction, and then come down to this zone here on the hourly, but then took it and closed in between. You've heard I spoke about this before. It closed within that, which made me start thinking at this point, could this continue going up? But on the Wednesday, I'm sure that was the Wednesday 13th, I'm sure that was the Wednesday, it didn't make a new high. It didn't make a new high, and it hardly got up here at all as it was. So this is what it's more solidifying me on the Thursday, right? I'm ideally, in an ideal world, if a sell comes up, these are the indications that I'm thinking that it could be a good sell. So for me, what I had a couple of areas marked up. Let's get rid of that. We had that inducement there come up. I'm going to clean this as we go because I don't like a messy chart. I did have this area here marked out as a possible area it could tap into. And I also had this hourly area marked out that it could come into. And I'm pretty sure if I go down to, is it the 15 minute? No, yeah, it was that. So that was the hourly I wanted it to tap into, which it did, but I just didn't like these reactions as it was going. We'll get to that as we go. And then if we go down onto the 5 minute where we're going to mark it up, this is what I started liking. So I get on the charts around, say, 7 o'clock. Got to here about 7 o'clock. Not much happening, really. There was not much going on. This did come up here and tap into here. Now, could have got into that, but I didn't. It didn't at the time. I can't remember why I didn't get into that. I think I was waiting for a cleaner entry on the 1 minute. Let me check the 1 minute. Yeah, I think I was waiting for the cleaner entry. That's right, on the 1 minute. But for me, it didn't take another new low down here. So yeah, just missed that trading opportunity. So it is what it is with that one. Go back to the 5 minute. But what this did then do was create, like I said before, the 5 minute here, which I'll show you. The 5 minute there. And then once it did make that 5-minute R-boss there, like I spoke about, I think was the last call. This now, it comes down, breaks this low here, but it doesn't come back, and it just keeps ranging and ranging. But as you can see, why it's ranging, it starts creating so much liquidity. You've got that line there. You've got a new high that had been formed there. You've got that took Asia higher there. Excuse me. So now you've got liquidity building up under here to there. We've got little internal highs being broke along, making this trend line. So we've got liquidity building up here. We've got other highs being broke here. I don't really like that candle. I'd prefer it once that started getting broke. Either way, there'll be so many people entering various different types of trading here. We know with the trend line as well, there's going to be a lot of liquidity along here. Now, at the same time, the reason why I like this trade is because at the same time, there would have been people doing exactly the same, but the opposite. If you see there, let's change that to black. Like that. In fact, let's change these ones a bit darker so you can see the trend lines there. You can see there would have been people entering, like when this come up here, there would have been people jumping in for the short prematurely. There would have been people thinking, right, this low's been broke, it's come back up to enter off of here. So you'd have got people leaving liquidity there. Then you can see the trend line forming, so you get trend line traders. Get off, let's get rid of that, because they're going to do me in all of that. You've got trend line traders. So as you can see, there is liquidity both sides of this channel. Now for me, I had this down here marked as an SMT. I think I had it like that, marked as an SMT. In fact, it was that bottom one there. So I thought there could at least be a reaction from here, at least be a reaction, if not break straight through it. I mean, that kind of did happen in a way. It come down, broke it, took liquidity, then went. But at this point when this is building up, I'm thinking, okay, my bias is still short, and I'm looking at all of this liquidity below. So my bias was perfect. If it comes up into this area here, I'm taking this now, because this is mitigated this 15-minute POI here. This then mitigated this. Then this formed the 5-minute POI here, which didn't quite get it. It filled an imbalance there, didn't make a new low, but just built up a lot of liquidity, which is what we're always looking for, is liquidity. So I thought, right, if it comes up into this area, then I'm going to take it. So I set myself a limit on here. So if it comes up into here, if it taps it, it's going to tap me in the trade, and it's going to go on its way. I think I took most of my profit out once it took that liquidity there. Then I let the rest run down to here. So they were my reasons for taking this trade. And I was a little bit thinking, okay, when we're ranging around here, I was a little bit thinking the other thing, thinking, right, okay, so if the market comes down, say it was building up here and it started coming down first, in my head, I was thinking there is a good chance, even if it comes down, even though my bias was short, I'm going against my rules a little bit, but because of the liquidity and because that hadn't been mitigated, I was quietly confident, thinking if that goes down, it's going to come up, take this liquidity here, then continue down again. So because there was liquidity both sides of the market, I was quite confident no matter what way it goes, this could take this. And it did. Luckily, it went my preferred way, up into my area, tagged me in, then went all the way down. So it was a lovely trade. It wasn't necessarily this sort of trade is. I was patient. Look at the market there, just going sideways. It's horrible, but when you dissect it a little bit, when you know how to read it, you can see, and you can go over it how I have and tell the story of the charts, where the liquidity's built up, where the trend line is, where there might be reactions. Like here, you can see. In fact, that was another thing I forgot. here was these equal lows here, relatively equal lows. That was, yeah, I should have said that from not highs, equal lows. I'm gonna have to change out. I see they'll go mad. Change it to low. That was another big reason for my sell bias, because of them and because of all of that previously getting, I think it goes up to there, doesn't it? That previously gets taken out as well. Where that's been taken out, breakout traders would have been entering, so there would have been a lot of liquidity below there as well. So that was another reason for me wanting the sells. So with all of that building up, tapped me in absolutely perfectly. That's not always guaranteed. That's just a little bit of luck. I'm not going to lie. I was well thinking it could definitely come up into this POI, then come back down. So I was prepared for that, but that's just a little bit of luck. Everyone needs it from time to time. But this goes to show how the markets can react with liquidity. As you can see, look, it's come down here. It's taken that liquidity, taken all that, blasted through. Then when it's taken this load of liquidity here, look at the reaction. I'm not saying you could have got a trade from that, but look at the reaction where it's got it and it's come right up. And there's even another little short there, really. If you had a limit there, you could have jumped in that and taken it down. But again, we're not greedy. We get nice trades. That'll do. We're up. And then it did end up just going, oh, excuse me, right the way down for a while, didn't it? And it did fill the daily imbalance, as we know. The daily POI, sorry, with all the imbalance there. And we shall see how it goes from here. I mean, it's slowed right down. So there's a good indication that it hopefully it will start going back up. We'll start getting back on the bullish trend and all will be hunky-dory again. But let's be honest, it's gold, there's Trump about, there's things going on. We never know exactly what's going to happen. But yeah, hopefully it does. There's indications it will. But yeah, anyway, I hope that helps anyone. I hope that helps people that once you start learning where liquidity is, like in the trading course in the community, James talks a lot about liquidity because that's what it's mainly about. Once you know the liquidity, the entries are the easy parts. Like I was going over entries on the last call, wasn't I? And look, there you go. That is that exact same setup that I was talking about before. That is it. Look, up into my area, 5-minute POI. Our boss. All right, it took a long time to get there, but it got there, then on its way. I mean, what more was there? Was there divergence on here? Let's have a little look. Can't even think. Yep, there was divergence. I know at the time I would have been looking at it, but as you can see on the 5-minute, we got volume going up there, but here we got it going down. So there's just another confluence there. Like I say, the proof is in the pudding. You've heard me say it time and time again. I've proved it time and time again. But there you go. That's just another. It is a good trade. So yeah, I hope that helps. I hope there's any golden nuggets. That's all I ask for. All I want out of these recordings is that whoever is watching this see something and goes, that makes sense, or that's a good idea, or just them little, just one little takeaway from these recordings. That's all I ask for. And when I do get comments and when I get people message me personally saying, great video for this, or I learned that, love it. Absolutely love it. That's what makes me sit here on a Sunday making another recording for you guys, so we can all learn together. We can all learn together. We can all grow in the community, and we can all start living the life we want of freedom. Well, it is for me. That's what I love, freedom. Anyway, I ain't going to keep rambling. Have a lovely rest of your day. Speak to you soon.